All right, and we're back with a new episode of the REKTless Roundtable. I'm back with Robert. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good, sir. How are you doing, sir?
Pretty good. We just got done recording Dragon Ball Fighters. That was pretty fun with our good friend Mike.
Yeah, losing is pretty fun.
Mike's really good at fighting games, though, dude.
Well, he also got to play a little bit of it first. I didn't play any of it today. I played for 5 minutes today. I didn't play any of it last night.
I got to win at least one match against him by mashing it out.
I didn't win shit.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. Hey, you'll get better. We're playing Monster Hunter tomorrow, too. This is going to be great. I'm so excited to play Monster Hunter.
You're going to let me fight Devil Joe, right?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
By myself?
Go for it. Yeah.
I'll fight him in the face.
Yeah, I'm sure you will.
Or her. I don't know. Is Devil Joe...
It will eat you in the face. It'll eat your face and the rest of you.
Nah, because I'm going to use a bow gun.
Okay.
Fight from a distance.
Yeah. All right.
Alright, so...
Well, how has your week been so far? Anything new? Reading? Watching? Playing?
Well, I bought recently the light novel of Sword Art Online.
Oh, I love Sword Art.
I don't like the anime at all. I hate it.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, they say hate's a strong... I hate it.
You didn't even watch this.
No, I've watched a little bit of it. I cannot stand it.
Okay.
But...
You don't watch it dubbed?
Well, no, I watched it subbed.
Oh, wow, okay.
No, I hate it.
Okay. Fair enough.
But I'm willing, maybe the fault is mine. Maybe I'm the one missing something.
Hey, man, that's your own preference. You can't be faulted for that.
Well, so I mean, you're telling me it's great. Dennis tells me it's great. Everybody
at the end of the day, it comes down to what you decide for yourself.
Well, I decided to buy the first novel anyway, and at least give it a try in its
written form.
In its original form, and see if that changes in my mind about anything. I'm not. I don't want it to ever be said I'm not willing to give it a try.
Okay.
How about yourself?
Nothing new watching wise or anything like that?
No.
You playing anything?
I mean, I'm looking forward to Dissidia.
That's pretty soon.
It's a few more days. We did play Dragon Ball, but no, other than that, I downloaded a CrossCode on Steam, but I haven't played it yet.
Got it.
But I watched the trailers, and it's got that Phantasy Star look. It's got a very Phantasy Star aesthetic. Hold on, I'll pull it up to you now. But yeah, it looks really good. See?
Oh, look at that.
It does look very Phantasy Star-ish.
Yeah, I can see what you mean.
And I dig that 90s clean future look.
Yeah.
So, I am looking forward to that. I'll probably play some of that tomorrow. That and Monster Hunter.
Nice. Well, as for me, I've been doing just a lot of catching up on stuff.
Like what?
Just caught up on Disgaea, stuff like that. A little bit more Mario Odyssey. As for watching, I haven't been watching much. Honestly, not really. Anything's been grabbing me. I meant to watch that Godzilla movie on Netflix now. I need to get back. I need to go watch that.
He's as tall as the clouds.
He's huge, man.
He's super huge.
We watched more of the she put up some comedy special. And I watched those. They're pretty entertaining.
You were saying, speaking of Netflix, that the new Castlevania Season 2
should be pretty soon.
Sometime this year?
Yeah. At least that's what I heard.
There is one thing that I played.
What's that?
I got back into Breath of the Wild.
Nice.
And I did eventually, recently unlock the motorcycle from the DLC.
Yeah. Was that worth it?
No.
Oh, wow.
I mean, okay, I'm not saying... I had fun playing the content.
Okay.
So it's not like I didn't want to play it or something, and it's not like it was so difficult that I had to slog through it. But as a reward, no. Like, if you ever play GTA or, Saints Row, and you hop on a dirt bike, and you control that, and you know how that feels...
Yeah.
It's the same. It doesn't feel like a motorcycle, like power. It just feels like you're on a GTA dirt bike.
Wow, okay.
It's not very fast.
So considering the effort you went to get it, it's not a very good price.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to have. It's a rune, so you can just summon it.
Okay.
No, I mean, it is nice to have for I want to have everything in the game, or at least every major thing. So
yeah,
I don't want to downplay it like that, but still, it's not what I was thinking it might be.
Okay.
But still, motorcycle in a Zelda game.
Right.
I mean, we're moving in the right direction. I'm just waiting.
Do you
for...
want a futuristic Zelda?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
I thought you'd be against that.
No, I am any kind of this like established franchise. I'm always down for change.
Okay.
If it's good. Another thing that I like the idea of like a female Link. You know, that gets brought up from time to time, and people are saying, "Oh, Link's an established character," and that's fine. You can feel about that however you want. I want a female Link. You know, I want. Yeah.
Is it really established? Because every Link is its own thing, and it's a descendant, so a descendant eventually would roll of the dice would be
it's
a
not
girl.
even a descendant.
No, it's not even related by blood?
No, the only one that's related by blood is Twilight Princess is a descendant from Ocarina of Time.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But all the rest of them are... It's never mentioned one way or the other.
Oh, I always thought they were a bloodline or something.
It's Zelda's bloodline. So the royal family, like all the Zeldas are descendants, but the all the Links except for the Twilight Princess one, who is descended from Hero of Time, but all the Links are just they're all quote unquote the spirit of the they're reincarnations.
Okay. Weird.
But yeah, I'm down. We're going to talk about Zelda another time, though.
Yeah, we'll keep that in our back pocket.
That is something that I've been doing.
Nice. Oh, something I have been watching. Again, I've been going back into that Black Mirror show. Like I was telling you earlier, there was it's just an episode. Everything about that's so fucking depressing, man. And it's so you try to do a good thing, and it just blows up in your face. It's hardcore.
Yeah, I can't watch depressing shows.
I know, but I have to show you this one scene at least before, because it's just so fucked, you know.
Yeah,
situation people get themselves into.
Gee.
And it kind of the fact that it's really close. It hits close to home because it's things that are possible. You know. Also, god damn, I don't know if you noticed it, but Square Enix did a live stream for Final Fantasy VII, and they had the balls to all they showed was 3 pieces of concept art for the remake. And I'm like, fuck off, man.
No, and I mean, you know, like, I get it when they say, oh, it's not as far along as some people might think. You know, it's still, you know, and if you go back and you look at this, the development cycle of it, you know, Nomura ended up basically replacing everybody. So they fired the team that was working on it and started over.
Okay. Was this before that CG trailer or after?
After.
So
I believe
that CG trailer is like, well, that's gone. All that's
scrapped. So yeah, and that's the other thing. They also just recently released a new trailer, and by new trailer, I mean it's the exact same trailer with literally nothing changed except for English voice acting. And on the one hand, you know, voice acting, especially English voice acting in a Japanese game, especially like translation voice acting, is usually one of the last things that's done. Okay. So, in my mind, like, what I'm thinking is, okay, it's getting further there. But, you know, no news on the game. No. They had, again, as you said, they had the balls to show concept art during a live stream dedicated to the game. At this stage in the and they game. Also
concept art is for announcement trailers, not for fucking, we're still working on it. They had the
gall to release a, quote, new trailer, and it's the same, like, 2 or 3 year old trailer that we've always had. It's the exact...
Presumably from a team that's no longer there.
They did not change anything in the trailer. It is if you watch them side by side and just mute it, they're literally the exact same trailer. The voice acting is alright. I mean, from what little bit I heard.
It's just most of the same people that they've been using.
Yeah, Wedge has got a weird voice.
Yeah, I noticed you reacted to that.
But Wedge was, even in the original game, Wedge was kind of a comedy relief within the Avalanche group. Okay. So, whatever, right? But, gee, I don't know if it's like oversight or if it's just like because it's a trailer, but man, that lip syncing was awful. Yeah. No, the voice acting sounded okay. It sounded serviceable from what I heard. I would have to, you know, I'm okay with Cloud's voice. I forget the voice actor's name.
I never knew it to the first place.
I'm okay with his voice. But and we don't really hear Barrett's speaking much in Advent Children and in Dirge of Cerberus.
Yeah.
We never heard, the rest of Avalanche talk. So, it's hard to form an opinion on the voice acting, the English voice acting as a whole. But, I mean, personally, I'm a dub versus sub guy.
Yeah.
When given the opportunity, when given the choice. But that doesn't mean like I'm blind. If an English voice acting is awful, it's awful. I don't know about this one yet. It's too early to say. My point is, the lip syncing, though, I mean, it was the same trailer. Same lip sync, and they didn't even try.
No, they did not.
They didn't even try. It doesn't even look like just bad lip syncing. Like, they didn't even try.
Oh, wow.
But,
one last thing for my week. So, my little brother's... because he copies, how they do. They copy what the bigger kids are doing.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I have my old 360 in his room just for whatever. Play Netflix and Hulu.
Okay.
So he downloaded Dark Souls, of all things.
Is he any good at it?
I don't think so.
Oh.
Because he got frustrated and I was like, okay, let me... Because he couldn't get past the Asylum Demon. The first one, yeah. So it's funny to see his mind get blown because I just jumped down and overhead, smash him. And then I didn't realize this about myself, that I could dodge every one of his moves, like, without thinking about it. And he saw me like, what are you doing? Because I would rush him. After he did like a big swing, I just rush towards him instead of backing off and just start swinging at him.
Remember when Dark Souls first came out? Like, when it was first a thing?
Yeah.
Like, not Demon Souls. Like, Demon Souls had been out.
Suffice to say, I beat him without basically taking any damage. And I was like, oh, I didn't even know I could do that. I don't remember being able to have that easy of a time with him.
When we were in college looking at Dark Soul videos.
Yeah.
Right? And we were like, oh, this game looks so hard. Like, because I didn't have a PS3. I never even heard of Demon Souls.
Yeah.
But Dark Souls is when it hit big. Everybody had heard of it at that point. It was this big, hard game, and everybody was kind of scared of it, and it was kind of a rite of passage game.
I have a small grudge against the franchise, to be honest.
Really?
It took away resources from Armored Core, and see what happened to Armored Core.
No, it's a different team.
But it took the focus away from Armored Core.
Well...
I'd liked it better when FromSoft was only known for Armored Core.
That's... Wow.
I like Armored Core better than anything.
No, I mean, don't get me wrong. I like Armored Core.
But even then, I hate Armored Core 5. I would take everything to be Armored Core for Answer.
That's unrealistic.
I don't know. They made it once, they can make it again.
Sure, but...
Just make a remastered version.
Didn't sell very well.
Did it not?
No.
Oh, shit.
4 and For Answer didn't sell very well.
That sucks. Those are like... Oh, I don't know. Or maybe you got me too used to it. I'm skewed that I think it's the best game, even though maybe it's not.
Well, I'm not saying it's not the best. No, Armored Core for Answer is the best Armored Core game. Fight me, But I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
Fucking Verdict Day, dude. What happened?
Well, in Japan, they were big. I don't know. I think they might even still be big. But in Japan, they were really popular because they were. A little bit more balanced.
Because what was it? I remember you saying, they added, made it more like Chrome Hounds, and I'm like, if this was what Chrome Hounds was, man, fuck this.
No, Chrome Hounds was the complete opposite of Armored Core in terms of pace. 30-minute battles that were very slow and methodical. It was like piloting a tank, but the tank had legs.
Okay.
And also 20 guns. 20 guns. I'm not exaggerating. Well... 16 guns. 16 guns at max.
Okay.
But still almost 20 guns.
All right.
It was pretty neat. It was a completely different experience. And From Software did, touch on that when they were bringing out Armored Core 5. And they did touch on, hey, we've heard about all this Chrome Hounds desire, all this assault about Chrome Hounds not being around and no Chrome Hounds too. Well, we're taking elements from Chrome Hounds and putting it on Armored Core. Basically, what it meant was we don't want to make another For Answer because that game was too fast and it wasn't very well balanced. And it wasn't very well balanced at all.
Blader was broken.
No, yeah, Bladers were completely... Well, we played on the 1.2. 1.4 did balance it. It was still not.
But the fact that it let you just choose your version.
That was neat. No, I dug that. I wish more games would do that. Like, at least in competitive play, or, I mean, at least in a casual play with friends, you know, where no ranking system comes into play or anything. I wish I could just choose, like, what version, what patch version of the game I could play. That was actually pretty cool.
We were going on about Dark Souls.
Yeah, well, I like Tenchu. You probably wouldn't like Tenchu.
No?
Stealth game.
Yeah, of course.
But,
well, then again, I always go back to that thing. I got so paranoid about being bad at Metal Gear Solid 1 that I went through the majority of the game without killing anybody.
Yeah,
and Mike was like, "What did you? How did you do that?"
You do want to kill people in Tenchu, though.
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like I'm saying, I'm so bad at stealth games. I fucked this up so hard that I overcompensated and never killed a single person up till where I needed to.
You're so bad at stealth games that you made me do the part of Wind Waker for you, the one stealth section, and then you still never finished the game. You never even played it.
No, I gave it to my sister, and she beat it.
Even touched it after that.
Yeah, she beat it because I remember walking in and she's fighting Ganon, and I'm like, oh, I guess she was playing it this whole time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's neat. So, our news. First thing is Microsoft's making some changes.
Oh?
Have you heard this new thing they're doing?
Oh, that's right. Numbers. Never mind. Fuck me.
Okay. This new thing they're doing is they're rolling out Xbox Game Pass, which is apparently going forward and retroactively, all of their first-party games will be you can just download and play them for about $10.99 a month, and it's separate from Gold. You don't have to have Gold to have this. It's a separate service.
So you fact check this. I mean, because I haven't even looked at it at all.
I will fact check it now just to make sure I'm not a liar.
Because I haven't even heard of it until you mentioned it earlier today.
Really?
I don't keep up with Xbox per se.
After we just jump ship on that.
PC.
True. And they did make all their stuff available on PC, so...
Well, at least their first party stuff.
Exactly.
But yeah. So if it is as you told me earlier, basically what you were saying is you can play all these exclusives for 10 some change. And it's not like PS Now where you stream it.
PS Now is a streaming service where you have to get good ass internet to even make it worthwhile. But that includes third-party games and such.
Well, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Xbox Game Pass will now feature first-party Xbox One exclusives at launch.
Gee.
Like, that includes the new Halo, the new Forza, the new Gears of War, all that.
Wow. No, I mean...
It launched last year, included 100 select Xbox One games. But now it seems like it's going to be their main focus. You know? So is it going to replace conventional purchasing? That's the thing. Who knows? Because that seems big because, it used to be you just buy the game and there you go. But if you're just paying them, if you paid like $10 a month to access all their games, why wouldn't you? It's a better deal. Well, it's a better deal if you play a lot of games, specifically if you play a lot of Xbox. Specifically, if you play a lot of Xbox proprietary, like a lot of Xbox first-party games. Now, I don't know if that's going to cover, if the Game Pass is going to cover like third-party games that just happen to be exclusive. I don't have any reason to think that it wouldn't if they're exclusive. But I mean, so for someone like me who doesn't really get to play as many games anymore, that's not a very good deal. No, that's true, because if you don't use it, then what are you paying for? If you don't use it, what are you paying for? It's like a Netflix thing you never watch. But I will admit that it is miles ahead better than a streaming service. True. Like PS. Well, PlayStation Now is what, $30 a month? 20 something dollars, something around there. It's not cheap. All right, and you have to stream it, so you have to have good internet connection. For one, your connection has to be good.
you have to have like the no caps or such a high cap that it's virtually no cap, which, you know, they can, before net neutrality, there actually were, you know, whichever side of the fence you fall on that, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm not here to preach politics. But before net neutrality, there, you know, Comcast, as an example, had like 5 gigabyte or 7 gigabyte a month cap.
That's ridiculous.
On their, yeah. That means you could not even download a full game.
Last year, my data cap for AT&T was 600 gigabytes. Now it's unlimited.
Well,
so what?
This was before net neutrality.
Sure.
This was several years ago.
Yeah. But God, it was that bad.
Like, it was bad.
Jeez.
And they charged, I mean, $40 or $50 or $60, whatever they're charging for internet. That's what they were charging. And that's per house. That is not per device. So if you're living with other people, not only could you just not download a game that's 8 gigabytes or more, which is all games nowadays, all AAA games. Mm-hmm. Not only could you not do that, download those games digital at all because you'd hit the cap before you finished the download.
Yeah.
But you also had to share that limit with everybody else in the house for the whole month.
Fuck.
So if you have people like brothers and sisters watching movies, parents, you know, trying to stream stuff, whatever, that's eating into what's going to be going into your games. Mm. And on top of that, that's not even accounting for the massive amount of data that's going back and forth when you're actually playing a game online in multiplayer.
Yeah.
You know, shit's real. Mm. And yeah, streaming services for like streaming games is I'm not saying that it's not the way of the future, but it's a little too early.
Yeah, we're not there yet.
The infrastructure's not really there yet. The policies of the actual ISPs don't really allow for it right now, or they're looking towards and considering not allowing for it in the immediate future. We're on turbulent, kind of rocky terrain for streaming, you know, large files like games.
Yeah. So
a system like what Xbox Game Pass seems to be, where you just download the game, it sounds really nice. Mm. If you are, I have a couple friends that just love their Xbox. I mean, they have a PC and they don't play it because they just love their Xbox. Mm. They're going to get a kick out of this.
Do you see this as a desperation move by Microsoft in any way?
I don't see why.
It seems like, you know, they're lagging behind, and maybe this is a way to give more incentive to have an Xbox, you know.
Well, I mean, there really isn't a reason to have an Xbox if you can get a PC.
And also, having all their exclusive titles doesn't really say much when you don't have that many, I guess.
You know, I haven't really looked at their list of exclusive games yet. I'm kind of ignorant on... Because, again, Xbox, I don't really keep up with Xbox.
Yeah.
But, and it's not that I dislike them, it's just they're not relevant to me right now. Mm. So, I don't really have a reason to keep up with them.
True.
I'm not real familiar with whether or not this is going to be worth it. First of all, it depends on whether you have an Xbox and enjoy using it to the point that you could justify an $11 per month bill on top of the $10 a month that you're already paying for gold, because if you're going to be paying for this service, you're the kind of player that's going to be playing a lot of games, and if you're playing a lot of games, you're playing them online.
Well, here's a way that I think is valuable. Like, say Halo 6 comes out, right?
Yeah.
Say, I'll pay a month for that, and you could if feasibly you could bust through Halo 6 before a month's up.
The story. But if that's all you care about.
Yeah, well.
But most people who play Halo are playing it for the multiplayer.
Okay, but you know what I'm getting at. Like, you just blast through some games if you take 1 month.
Yeah, a lot of these single-player experiences, you know, you could do that. You could do that. Easy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm sure plenty of people will. that's probably how I would use the service for a while until I was a little bit more comfortable with it.
Just a game you want to check out. I'll just pop in for a month and see what it's like.
Right. It feels. It's definitely.
$10 is a lot better than paying $60.
$10 is a lot better than paying $60, and it definitely doesn't make me feel like a cheapskate whenever I buy a game like used from GameStop and then take it back.
Speaking of, do you think this pisses off GameStop?
Who knows?
Because this seems like, wow, it's like, why buy it at retail? You can just get it, included.
And for the past, like, the entire current console generation, and even before now, there's been kind of a thing between the developers and publishers and the used game industry. Like GameStop.
The industry hates used games. That's one of their biggest regrets.
And they've been trying to find creative ways to entice players to buy games new, to spend money in such a way that the developers will get it. At first, there was a period in time when EA, for instance, would use those online passcodes, where if you bought the game used, there's a high chance that somebody already used that one-time use code. You got to buy another code
for $10.
Yeah, they're not doing that anymore, from what I hear.
Yeah, it's such a backlash over
No, because that punishes players. That doesn't incentivize. This the Game Pass thing. It sounds like it's the opposite. It incentivizes players for what could be a cheaper alternative to spending the full price on a game at GameStop, or even spending 10% off at a GameStop.
So at the end of the day, this seems like a net positive for Xbox, in my opinion.
No, I mean,
it's something good for them.
I agree. I think this is a good move. I think it's a creative way to address the problem of these. You're selling us these $60 games when I can get it from GameStop for $45. How do you make me want to get it from you? I think this is a creative way to address that issue. If nothing else, relevant to me personally or not, I do think it's creative.
And you gotta know they're counting on some people. There are people out there who will buy, like, I did it for a few months too, and then I realized, oh man, I'm wasting so much money. People who buy a subscription to something and don't use it and forget about it and just let it keep rolling.
Oh, yeah. Auto renewals and stuff.
Stuff like that. So it's got to be something like that. And I kind of still see it as a catch-up move. Like, hey, something that PlayStation doesn't have,
It is something that, and in that way, I kind of see it as a stepping ahead of everybody else move.
And just to be clear, Game Pass is not on PC. It's only on the console.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So
it's not a Windows function.
It's an Xbox. Yeah.
So, no, I can get behind it in theory. If it ends up panning out the way it sounds like they're planning for it to, it sounds like it could be a good thing, and I kind of, I look forward to seeing how how Xbox's competitors respond to it, and I look forward to seeing, what happens, especially PlayStation. I look forward to seeing what they have to say with their PlayStation Now service. And how they respond.
They seem to be like high up there. They you know how it is. The person in first place seems to not give a shit, and they don't try as hard.
I mean, I don't know if they're gonna be. If this is a thing, I don't think this. If
PlayStation react to this,
if we're comparing this service, this Xbox Game Pass service, to PlayStation Now, they're not going to be high up there for long, because PlayStation Now is an inferior service. Like, just looking at the numbers, you are streaming a game, which is way more taxing on your system and on your internet connection, and just in general, and for 3 times the monthly cost. I don't know. It might not, I don't know. All I'm saying is a inferior service compared to what I'm understanding the Game Pass to be.
This can only help Xbox.
And hopefully it creates positive ripples through the industry, and other people, other companies take notice. And I would love to see a PlayStation Game Pass or a Nintendo Game Pass. Oh man,
There are so many rumors of the Virtual Console being that same model whenever it comes out for Switch. Yeah. Instead of buying them, you get access to all of them for such and such a month. I would be down for that.
It depends on how much it is.
True.
$10 for Xbox One games. Yeah, I could totally get behind that. $10 for Switch games, I could get behind that too. And $10 for all their whole library of games. But the problem with Nintendo and their Virtual Console in the past is that they've always been so slow to release games for.
That's true.
The
Wii had so many, and then once Wii U hit, nothing.
Well, even then, when the Wii started on this Virtual Console, same problem. It had barely any games.
When it got into its rhythm.
It did eventually, after a year or so, after forever of waiting, but they had some NES games and some Super Nintendo games, and that's it.
Okay.
Well,
we'll see how this pans out for Xbox. Moving on into the realm of PC gaming, seems like right now is a pretty bad time if you want to upgrade your rig.
Which I do, which sucks.
Because you're eyeing a 1060.
I was eyeing a 1070, but I was willing to settle for a 1060.
Yeah, because it seems those graphics cards are getting up there in price all of a sudden. They're
Specifically
surging.
the NVIDIA, from what I hear.
Some AMDs too.
Really?
Yeah. Some AMDs are also getting up there. And the culprit is Bitcoin and all these cryptocurrencies popping up. That apparently GPUs are just really good at mining that shit.
So the way it works, GPUs have their own. They can process information too. They've got their own RAM that doesn't interfere with your system RAM. I had to guess because I've only heard a few stories about it from outlets. I've only heard hearsay here and there. I don't know how cryptocurrency works. I don't care how cryptocurrency works. I'm never going to use it. Unless unless it replaces the dollar.
But it seems to fluctuate so weirdly that it's
it's a new currency.
I feel, yeah.
Anyway, I don't care how cryptocurrency works. And I'm going to say, again, I don't know how cryptocurrency works. So I don't know, the exact process of how they're mining it. But if I had to wager a guess, I would guess it has to do with the fact that, some of these graphics cards have as much RAM as entire computers.
Sure.
Some of them can get up to 6 gigabytes, 8 gigabytes of RAM for the card. For the graphics card by itself, just VRAM. And I'm sure you could use that for some pretty powerful calculations without destroying your computer.
True
you
that.
could overclock your graphics card and pump out some calculations for cryptocurrency mining, as they call it.
Which is exactly what people are doing with their GPUs. Well, not gamers, but mostly people who just want to get rich, just get on this gold rush of Bitcoin and all these other currencies. People are buying up graphics cards left and right. Effect of that is prices just start to hike up.
Yeah.
It's so bad that fucking Nvidia has to say, "Hey, come on, let's cool it on this cryptocurrency, selling the cryptocurrency miners. How about you sell to some gamers because
they're the ones that were making this for it."
I know, right? And it's getting so bad. What was it? I think a 1070 is going for almost $1,000.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's ridiculous.
For frame of reference, what was it, 300, 350?
350 was.
350 last I checked, I think.
You were all excited to get it.
I was super excited because, I'm talking about upgrading, but I'm kind of on a budget. I'm not trying to spend $500, $600 on a 1080. I'm not trying to spend all that much money on the newest, biggest
God
thing.
help you on a 1080, $1,400.
But I would like to get an upgrade. I'm running a 750 Ti. It's not an awful card, but it's old. It is outdated.
You need a 970 for VR.
At least.
The bare minimum.
At the very bare minimum. And I wouldn't trust it. I wouldn't trust it.
I'm running a 1050 and I'm happy with that, but I felt like maybe I should have gone for something better, but it's too late now. Can't upgrade now.
Yeah, not currently.
And it's we'll have to wait to see what happens because it's gonna crash. This is all gonna crash eventually.
You think?
I have to imagine. People are putting up mortgaging their houses for this shit, and it's dude, this is not okay. Not everyone's a winner when it's like stocks. Not everyone's gonna win.
Yeah.
And I just
that's what gives stocks its value is the company who owns the stock, the company that the stock pertains to, their ability to contend with other companies.
A lot of companies make products and stuff like that. Cryptocurrency is the cryptocurrency itself, and it's never a sure thing.
Well, where does it even draw value from?
The people, I guess. Whoever, I don't know who assigns its value.
So in the United States, and as far as I'm aware, in most places around the world, the dollar and the equivalent, national currency of any given country are based on the value of gold.
Which I don't even think is the case anymore.
Well, I don't know.
Who knows?
But they're based on...
I'm not really well versed in these economic things.
It's based on a combination of the value of gold and our relationship, either debt or holding debt over somebody else with other countries around the world.
Yeah.
But primarily, before all of that is calculated, it's based on the value of gold and how much gold we have in our treasury. Namely Fort Knox.
Yeah.
But that's what it's based on, the value of gold. And that's easy to explain to somebody. How much is a dollar worth? Well, it's worth so many grams of gold. What is it that gives the Bitcoin its value?
I don't know, but it seems like a huge, I'm being very reductionist here, and I don't know anything. I'm super ignorant about the situation. It just seems like a fad that's going to fade away, and people are going to get left burned by this really badly because they're so excited to find this new way of paying for things. And honestly, I think Bitcoin and all stuff spawned from this whole dark web stuff.
Well, I think it's a desire. It's a desire to have a global currency
and a money that can't be tied to the government in some way.
Yeah.
Some shit like that.
And global currency at this point in time in our world's history, I think, is an unrealistic idea. I don't think we should even think about global currency until we are sending people into space, like not astronauts. Yeah. I mean, like cruise liners and stuff. People, regular citizens, civilians into space
for leisurely,
right? For vacations to fucking Venus or whatever. When we are able to do that, when we're able to go out and visit other planets on a vacation basis, have a summer home on Mars or something, right? That's when we should start worrying about cryptocurrency, about worldwide currency. Our governments around the world, again, I'm not talking politics. I'm not really wanting to get into politics, but the long and short of it is the governments around the world are still at each other's throats as they always have been. We have
always will be.
Treaties, and we have people that we have allies and we have not allies, and that's the case for everybody. And everybody, it's a different story. These guys are our allies. These guys are not our allies. And then another group will say, well, these guys that are your allies are not our allies, but you're our allies. So on and so. It's complicated and it's nasty and it's worldwide politics. And there is just no way you're gonna have money that does not. If it doesn't retain its value through the government, I'm not sure how it can.
It's got to get regulated eventually.
I'm not an economist.
Neither am I. Never claimed to be.
So I'm not. I am definitely a layman, and I'm sure that there must be something that I just don't understand.
People could clearly school us in this,
but from where I'm sitting, we're just not ready for for what a cryptocurrencies are trying to be, and that's part of why I think it's fluctuating so hard. I don't even know what the value comes from. If you can't explain, and I've looked it up. I have looked it up. I'd have tried to understand it. I have no idea.
Yes, yeah,
multiple separate occasions I've looked it up. Okay, how does this Bitcoin work? No clue. I've had it explained to me by a lot of people. I know people that have, personally I know people that have invested in Bitcoin. They don't know how it works. They just know, supposedly Bitcoin's worth such and such in real money. And like, that's where they get me. Real money. Well, okay.
What happens to the value when someone tries to cash it out?
Yeah.
Everything affects everything, and it's like, but the fact, it's just all these people, but then now people hear about how much money you can make off of Bitcoin, that they're rushing, again, like a gold rush, and they're burning through these GPUs. People don't know what Bitcoin is. The people who are making it, most of them don't know what Bitcoin is. Nobody knows what Bitcoin is. 5 people on the entire planet know what Bitcoin is. I mean, that's hyperbole, but you get what I mean. Yeah.
Nobody knows what Bitcoin is. Everybody wants it because they don't know what it is. They don't know how it works.
Jacks the value up for a little bit.
But then when everybody's making... And that's where I'm drawing back to, where does the value come from? Because if everybody's making a shit ton of Bitcoin, then what are we leveraging it against? If everybody has it, then are we going to enter like a Star Trek society where nobody has to pay for anything because everything's free because money's redundant?
Who knows?
I mean...
all I know is this Bitcoin is keeping us from upgrading our rigs.
I want to play Nier Automata with all the settings turned on without having to mod my game so that I could turn off hidden settings like the lighting. And I can't do that with my 750 Ti. No. It slows real bad on the 750 if I don't go through and like turn off the special light. And the lighting makes it look good. Nier is a good example, but there's plenty of games that I can't play at full capacity.
I know in principle you wouldn't recommend anyone buy, like you wouldn't tell me go buy a used GPU. Even less now, because there's a chance they're burned out by Bitcoin mining.
Yeah, I mean, because you don't know. I would say that just because you don't know what...
As a matter of principle.
As a matter of principle, you don't know what the previous owner or how they kept their GPU. And without, like, a demonstration by the owner to show you, no, it works. And even then, like, if they know, like, little tricks to make it work in such a way, like, if it's broken in just such a way that they can get it to work, but maybe, maybe just barely. I've had that happen to me. I've bought parts before where it demonstrated that it works. Well, it only works under certain conditions that they orchestrated. You never know, is what I'm saying. You never know what you're getting into when you're buying used. You want to buy parts new when possible. But especially now, because now you can just buy a piece of junk. Like Amuro's dad trying to give him a VCR, trying to tell him to hook it up to the Gundam. It's a piece of shit because it's broken.
That is his literal line. Look at this piece of junk.
Yes, look at this piece of... And you can see the RVA cables on it and everything. It was a VCR. Like, it had the red and the yellow and the white. You plug that, you put a cassette tape in there and you watch the Gundam do stuff. He's like, yeah. And he was just watching like 4-week-old footage of the Gundam. And he was like, yes, my device is working. And like, it wasn't even live. It was like recorded. No, he was dumb. Anyway.
Well, he had an excuse. He got sucked out into space and
fuck him. I don't even care about Amuro's dad. He fell downstairs and died.
Jesus Christ.
Just the way he should have.
Okay. Let's move on to something more happy. How about some family-friendly Nintendo stuff?
Cardboard.
I remember a video when game shows were still a thing, okay? And this smug son of a bitch that I hated, but I always watched the stuff because he was like this analyst for stuff. I don't know if you remember Michael Pachter.
Yeah.
But he was so smug and shit. I'm like, I wanted to punch his face in. But he said something, and then becoming so true. People, Nintendo fanboys, will buy a cardboard box that says Nintendo on it.
Yes.
Which is, I was like, nah, fuck
and
you.
Nintendo has found out. Nintendo has learned that that's the case now.
Oh, God. Nintendo Lavo. It's a DIY card. Well,
how does it even work?
I don't know. It's crazy.
Because I've seen the trailers.
Some of the Joy-Con stuff works. I'm like, you can make Joy-Cons have the vibration. So I get how some of that will function.
But like, okay.
The piano thing, I don't know. I don't know how.
Piano
that's magic.
He plugs that shit in. He plugs a Joy-Con into a hole that is just cardboard. It's just cardboard hole.
There's nothing there.
There's nothing there. It's as far as I can tell.
There's got to be something else to it.
No, he just lets it sit in a fucking hole. and then he plays these cardboard keys, and I mean, certainly
maybe it's touching a little touch screen. You know how those little pads that can touch screens, like you seen those?
That's not what they showed in the trailer.
But on the inside, I'm saying
no. If you look at it, it's all just a sheet of cardboard that you cut out and put together.
You put the switch thing in there.
You put the switch. Put the switch in there like a dot, but there's no additional parts.
There's nothing underneath.
Not that I can tell.
The screen. There's got to be something there, but how is it reacting to it? I don't know. It's so weird. A fishing rod.
I'm not gonna spend any money to find out. That's for damn sure.
$70 for the first thing.
And that's just when I've been praising Nintendo for all the cool shit that they're doing.
Dude, this will sell. I'm sorry. Do
you think?
Yes, it will.
Do you know what I think?
For little families having DIY projects for their kids, this will sell.
No, it won't.
And yes, it will. It will sell, and it will break.
No, it will not sell.
Dude.
You know why?
Why?
Because somebody will put up the design.
They themselves put up the designs. They can print them out and cut them out.
How are they going to charge $70 for that?
Because it comes with the software.
Software?
It's a game. It's not just a cardboard. It comes with a game cartridge as well that functions with.
Buy the game
quote
cartridge.
Unquote functions with the cardboard.
Buy the game cartridge by itself.
Not if they don't sell it by itself.
eBay.
Someone still had to have bought it new.
I mean, you got a point.
And some people are too lazy to cut it out themselves. And for damn sure they'll be like, "Oh, we put the designs up. Oh, but if you want it pre-made and with everything cut out for you, here's a pack for $5.
Yeah,
you want
$20? It'll be $20. They're not going to charge.
There's two SKUs. There's the one with the house, the fishing rod, and everything. That's $70. There's one with a more elaborate thing with pulleys and stuff. That's the robot. Where you're smashing through the stuff. That's $80.
No.
Yes. I've looked into this. People will buy this. Trust me.
I don't think so. Okay. You know what? Here's my prediction. They will buy it at first. Enough people that want the novelty of it. Yeah, there will be purchases. I'm not saying nobody will ever buy it. I'm not saying, it's going to have zero sales. That's impossible. Nintendo put it out. Somebody's going to buy it because it has Nintendo name on it, right? If nothing else. If I want to play that game, I will look for it on eBay and buy it for $30 and then print the cardboard stuff out on my printer and then just cut that shit out and make it myself.
And watch the little man fall over.
Maybe, you know what? Maybe, but you know what else? I ain't spending $85.
That's pricing so crazy.
On a box. I don't care how fancy and elaborate the box is. The box could have Solid Snake inside of it. I don't care. I'm not spending that much money on a box.
Well, we're not, but families will.
I won't spend, and you know what else I won't spend that much money on? Box notwithstanding, I will never spend that much money on a party game.
True.
I don't care how good the party game is.
That 1-2 switch, fucking goddamn.
Yeah. So
that was sold as a full retail game. Can you believe that shit? Now, you and me, we're diehard Nintendo fanboys, but don't let it be said we're not fair.
Yeah, no, I mean, I give Nintendo its due.
But
good or bad. The Switch, good. Yeah. The Wii U, very bad.
Yeah, I tried.
Cardboard boxes for $85.
You know the funny thing is, I thought about it. I like how it's for families to do stuff. No, it's not for families to do it. It's for parents to build the shit. Because the 6-year-old's going to be like, I want to build it. And then they're going to walk off while the parents make it for them. And it's going to break. And it's like, how about you learn how to fix it? No, you fix it for me.
Parents spending $85 on a piece of cardboard robot. And then the parents got to put it together. And the kids break it and they ask for another one.
How fast does that shit break? Because it's cardboard. You're going to rip through that like it's nothing.
It's creative enough. Don't let it be said that the idea is not creative. It is novel.
You said last time.
Definitely novel.
They need to innovate in this.
No. The Wii U was innovation. Innovation for its own sake is bullshit. Alright? Innovation for usefulness is what I said the other time. I said if people innovate something that people want, innovate something that developers want to develop for. Mm-hmm. No fucking developer is going to put their name on a cardboard box. I will give you personally $50 if EA makes a game. If anybody's going to do it, it's going to be EA. All right. EA, or rather, EA is the most likely of all the big companies that are going to try to do cash grab bullshit, right?
Yeah.
So I will give you in cash 2 20s and a 10 if EA ever releases a game for this platform. For this Nintendo Switch cardboard platform.
So that was a platform now.
Well, obviously.
Oh, damn. Do you imagine there's going to be expansion packs with different things? Oh, it'd be great.
Oh, fucking God. Just when they were doing so good, too.
This isn't going to hurt them.
You know, it wouldn't. It wouldn't be bad if it was a $20 if it was a $20 thing. You know, I mean, it would be bullshit still, but you know what?
Most of us are savvy and not dumb enough to buy this. We're just ignore it and be on about our day. Parents are the ones who are going to get suckered by this. Who gives a shit?
Nintendo should give a shit that they're putting out they're putting actual development R&D into fucking cardboard.
What was the Solid Eye for PSP? Remember?
What even was that?
That was a thing for a Metal Gear Acid that you use. A little cardboard thing you put over your PSP screen. It was dumb.
Yeah, it was dumb. I've never heard a cardboard anything with video games that is ever... Unless it's like a cardboard, like, card? Like, okay, so the 3DS, when it first dropped, had some really cool... artificial reality type stuff.
I stopped playing those a long time ago.
Yeah, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, they were neat when I saw them.
They were neat. And they were novel. And if anybody ever decided to use the technology for real stuff, that could have been something pretty cool. There could have been some pretty cool stuff going on with that.
They did it the one time. It was a spirit camera for...
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
That was the one time they used it.
The Fatal Frame?
Yeah, you needed to... That was more anti-piracy, if anything, because you need that book with those special, whatever the fuck, AR codes embedded into their pictures.
You know? Yeah. You don't need codes for AR, though. That's another thing. You shouldn't need codes for AR, but still, yeah. I see what you're saying. That kind of stuff, you know? It was a little ahead of what it needed to be. It was a little ahead of its time. It was a little too soon because AR. I mean, nobody even knew what AR was. But anyway, no, that's one thing. Nobody did fucking buy cardboard boxes. I'll buy a cardboard box from Home Depot for like $5, and I'll cut that shit out myself if I have to. If it comes to that. Remember, 2 20s and a 10.
It'll sell what it needs to, and then it'll be whatever. We don't have to pay attention to it.
No, I mean, Nintendo should not
be wasting their time on this.
Because okay, I'm gonna be honest. Here's why I'm so upset about something that doesn't affect me.
Lay it on me.
Doesn't affect me because I've been singing their praise. Lately, I've been telling people no, Nintendo's innovating in a good way now. You know, they're smart now. They're doing cool stuff that is interesting now. Now, Nintendo made me look bad. Because here I am talking about how awesome they are, and then they pull stupid shit like this. They release cardboard, and I've had people come up to me that I've like been trying to buy a Switch for my own selfish reasons. And I've had people come up to me and say, "Oh, what's all this? You know, what's all this cardboard stuff? What's
you're trying to be? You're trying to be for the cause, and then they're making you look like an asshole."
Yeah, I'm supporting Nintendo not just with my dollar, but with my word of mouth. You know, I'm spreading the love, and I'm trying to recruit people to Team N, right?
But there's so many things there you can point to that are still worth it. You can just say, "Oh, don't worry about that."
but it looks so bad.
I guess, but
$85, $70, piece of cardboard, man.
Well, I guess that's all the news we have. That's kind of a downer note to end on. You know what's not a downer note?
No, it's still a downer note.
Yeah, but what isn't?
No. What you're about to say is still a downer note. It's still a bad thing.
I had fun.
I did too. I'm not saying I didn't have fun.
It's a downer for the human race, but it was fun for us.
It's like visiting 4chan as a video game.
What we're talking about, of course, over a few days ago, we started going into the world of VRChat.
And
it's a VR game that doesn't need VR.
You don't need VR. It is a...
What is the best way to explain this? It's, what if Ready Player One now? What it would realistically be?
It's probably the closest approximation. So what it is the simple version of it is it's free. It's free to play, free to download.
Which would add to why it's so popular.
It's popular. To say it's a game, I don't know, because a game has rules and you're supposed to work towards a goal.
It's an experience.
It's more because there's no rules. It's like you're visiting a chat room. It's not really a game.
It's a 3D chat room.
I wouldn't classify it as a game so much as an interactive hub world that can be played like a game that functions more like a chat. It reminds me a lot of image boards like 4chan.
Very dubious on the copyright.
No copyright enforcement at all.
Oh, hell no.
No.
Copyright means a damn thing there. You can be Brian Griffin, you can be Homer Simpson, you can be whoever the fuck you want to be.
No mature content controls either.
Oh, hell no.
I was in the courtroom. We were in the courtroom, and there's that green dude that comes in, and he's got it was huge. It was bigger than he was. It was bigger than it was as long as half the room. And he just comes walking in and he's got the balls underneath, and they were about half his size.
Oh no!
And he wasn't a realistically proportioned human. And then he turns around and asshole, it's fucking sphincter. It's
supposed to be like a rabbit or something.
I don't know what it was.
A green rabbit.
It looked.
It was Abomination, is what it was.
It's Abomination.
Judge Hank Hill should have thrown him right out of that
Judge
courtroom.
Hank Hill.
But no, he just stood there and watched it happen.
Who were the judges? There was Hank Hill.
Some girl from Ruby.
I think it was Ruby.
Oh, Jesus.
The main character. She was the other judge.
The chibi version of it, whatever.
No, regular Ruby. It was I saw Fluttershy on the judge panel.
Super Saiyan God, Super
Saiyan
Knuckles.
God, Super Saiyan Knuckles. Yeah.
Ugandan
Super
Knuckles.
Saiyan Blue, Ugandan Knuckles. He had an aura and everything. He could power up.
Oh, jeez.
You missed it. What? Dennis and I were playing the other day, and we went to the stand-up open mic comedy club, and a horseman comes up.
Okay.
And he's got VR, he's got the VR.
And the VR it enhances because you can actually move your arms.
So yeah, because you have when you're wearing the headset, the VR headset will track your eyes and cause your character's eyes to move in the same way.
Yeah. If
you blink, your character blinks. If you turn your eyes to the left, your character will turn their eyes to the left. So on and so forth.
Yeah.
Suppose if I understand it correctly, and because VR nowadays has motion controls.
Yeah.
If you move the controller, the character will move their arm and their hand accordingly.
Yeah.
There was Dennis says he was standing upright. He was not standing upright. He was standing on his hind legs, but not upright. So he was standing up here. His legs came out like this. So this was his body. My fist was his body.
Yeah, this goes
great, but
for audio.
No, but I'm gonna explain it anyway.
Okay, fine.
His fist was my body. My fist was his body. He had his legs come up like this, all the way up here, and then back down.
Oof.
And he was squatting down like this, and his arms did the same thing, but they came way out here. Jesus. And he was huge. He took up the whole stage, and he was a giant horse.
Okay.
And he had hooves, no hands, just hooves on all four appendages. And some guy comes up to him, and he puts his hooves together, and fire shoots out of him.
What the fuck?
I am not joking. Like a flamethrower. and he shoots fire. He shoots Kamehameha's fire from his hooves, from his fucking orangutan-looking hooves. His arms were as long as he was tall, and he already had them lanky-janky-looking legs. So, like, he Kamehameha'd some fire out of it, and it was just insane.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I saw
Did you ever get into that bar? The pub?
So...
No. Yeah, Robert had a few issues. For some reason, his computer, he couldn't load in as fast as everyone else, and sometimes it would refuse.
It might be my connection. It might be my internet connection.
So you might hold off on your VRChat adventures for a while.
I
went in deep.
But no, I looked it up. It was it's a problem that a lot of people are having.
Oh, okay.
If you were to look up like an infinite loading loop,
I had that happen to me a day ago. Yeah.
Yep. It's
it's early access and it's free.
It's early access and it's free.
Unfortunately, as that courtroom kind of showed off, it's like, oh, this is neat, and then it became racist, which is like, oh, okay.
Now, hold on now.
It was like, well, let's get out of here and go somewhere else to have fun.
I was saying earlier that no, it is cancer.
It is the cancer in its
You would
form.
go to VRChat for the same reason that you would go to 4chan. If you don't go to 4chan, probably won't like VRChat.
Shouldn't be there.
You know, if you don't go to those kind of sites where it's like you want to see.
Now, I'm not a narc, but I will say there is a room in VRChat called Social Cinema, and I sat there and I watched the new Blade Runner 2049 movie in a movie theater in VRChat.
Yeah,
the whole goddamn movie was there. They don't give a fuck.
They don't give a fuck. Shit, they were streaming anime in one of these places?
Yeah.
Like, what was it?
I don't know.
Fate something. It was one of the Fate animes. It looked like... I saw the poster. It looked like Saber.
Okay.
It's holding the Excalibur.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure it was a Fate anime.
But the fact that they're just streaming
it for free.
Okay.
And if you have a VR headset, you can watch it in a virtual theater, and it looks nice. And
with people yelling and screaming and everything.
Yeah, but I mean, still.
It was...
No, I'll give it credit where it's due. It's fun when it works.
Maybe like 21 Pilots for some reason because of the one goddamn song.
Because
it kept playing in that goddamn nightclub.
The nightclub had a bunch of songs, and when they upgraded from one, I could get in at 1.3.
Okay.
Can't get in at 1.6.
That sucks.
Yeah, and I don't even know like if they added new songs. I love that nightclub. I dug it. It had some cool songs and it had some really cool dance and just like
it did put things in perspective for me. It's like, well, I guess that is true because as soon as we changed it, because you can change your avatar at any time, you can go wherever and everything is user generated. Everything's user generated, so I guess that's the way they can not give a fuck. Is like, what are you gonna do? But we went and got some sexy anime girl avatars.
And we traps.
Not me. I don't know about you.
No, I mean, because we weren't really.
Oh, that's what you meant. I thought like.
No,
the character models themselves.
No. You were Blackheart, right?
Yeah.
The goddess form, and then I was just like swimsuit Neptune,
right?
And like
this creepy Mario dude would not leave me alone. It's like, okay,
when you're sitting down with those models, they cross their legs at the knees.
Yeah, I saw that.
Which is that's kind of a cute thing. I became part of the cancer.
Oh, did you?
I went to a suburban house.
Here, let it be known. The whole time, I'm like, I never pushed that button to activate my microphone there. But Robert, yeah.
Oh yeah.
You went in there.
Oh man.
I make sure I'm muted because I do not want to interact. I do not want to interact with these people.
No, I wanted to be part of it because I might never get to again. Something might happen where this kind of a game becomes impossible. Just straight up illegal, and we just never get to play it.
It gets shut down and stuff like that.
I want to be able to enjoy it the way it's obviously meant to be enjoyed while I still have the chance. So, yeah, I became part of the cancer. One of the things that I did that I really enjoyed, that I shouldn't have enjoyed because it wasn't really fun, But I went to the suburban house. It's just a suburban house, a 2-story house. It's just a regular looking house.
And that house is whack.
I
It's
went
only got
inside.
two livable rooms, and it's like, what the fuck is this?
A couple rooms.
Yeah,
I went inside on the first floor so that everybody could see, and I went and I sat in the bathtub as swimsuit Neptune. Right, Loli wearing a swimsuit, sitting in the bathtub with the legs crossed in a suggestive pose. Do you know how many people came into that bathroom?
Oh, Jesus.
The whole fucking place came into there.
Oh, no.
And, was talking to me.
Jesus Christ, dude.
No, I was part of the problem. And you know what? That's how you play that game. Just a moment ago, I said VRChat's not really. It is a game. It does have a goal.
Oh, this would be such a fucking
Be as much of a creep as your imagination can help you achieve. Be as much of an asshole, cancer-ridden scum piece of shit from the earth as you can muster, because that's the point of the game. I don't know if that's the point. I don't know if that's what the creator intended, but
oh, please.
Who knows? I don't know.
They're
certainly not speaking out against it.
Everything eventually devolves into everything.
But
so that's what happens to online forums. It happens to everything where there's a chat.
I mean, I frequent 4chan. Well, not so much anymore. But
gotta get on that 8chan, man.
No, I don't mess with all that. For OG. Alright?
There's some shit you can't get there that you can get over there. I'm just saying.
I ain't trying to get stuff. I'm just trying to be cancer. But the good kind of cancer. The entertaining cancer. And that's really
okay.
And that's what it comes down to.
All right, that's enough. Once you said the good kind of cancer, okay,
the good kind of cancer, the kind that people actively look for.
Okay. On that note, that's the end of our episode. Oh, Jesus Christ! Check out VRChat just to experience it for yourself. It is a mindfuck of a game. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make Jeff play it on Sunday when he comes over. I'm gonna have because he is not ready for that world.
He's not prepared,
and I want to see what happens. It's gonna be great.
He's not ready.
I love it.
His innocent virgin mind just isn't. He won't be able to handle the rabid awfulness of. I mean, definitely do it. I'm not saying don't definitely do it.
Good, because I'm going to.
But let me be there when you do on account. Well, what is that going to be? This Sunday?
This Sunday. So he's coming over.
I'm going to try and come over too.
Awesome. That's great.
We'll see. I'll see what I can do.
If you can do it, awesome. The better. Yeah, because we can just see his reaction and just gaslight him.
There's a lot of places that I haven't personally been because my computer won't load it for whatever reason.
Oh, that's true.
So I mean, if nothing else, I want to go check out some of these other places.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. What else can we say? It's cancer in a concentrated form, and it's something that needs to be seen to be believed. And on that note, we end our second episode of the REKTless Roundtable. We'll see you next time.